Discover the ancient secret to overcoming challenges and transforming your life. Have you ever imagined facing any difficulty with unshakable calm without letting anything disturb your inner peace? It sounds like a superpower, doesn't it? But believe it or not, this isn't a gift reserved for a few. It's a philosophy that has existed for over 2,000 years and is more relevant today than ever. Stoicism. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control everything that happens around us, we have full control over how we react. And in a world where uncertainty seems to be the only certainty, this wisdom can be the anchor we've been searching for. But Stoicism isn't just a theory. It's a practical way of living with more purpose, resilience, and happiness. It's not about ignoring emotions, but understanding them and using them wisely to lead a more fulfilling life. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by stress, challenged by adversity, or simply want to find more joy in everyday life, this video is for you. We're going to dive into Stoicism, explore its timeless wisdom, and discover how this philosophy can transform not just the way we think, but how we live. So before we continue, leave your likes, share this with someone who needs this message, and subscribe to the channel. Now stick with me until the end, because every minute of this content could be a step toward a stronger and more balanced life. 1. Focus on what is within your control. Who hasn't gotten irritated in traffic or upset over a negative comment on the internet? Small things like these seem to test our patience all the time. But there's a powerful Stoic principle that can change this perspective. Focus on what is within your control. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that for a moment. Traffic, bad weather, other people's opinions, all of these are outside our control. But our reaction to these situations is 100% in our hands. This isn't just ancient wisdom. Modern psychology reinforces this idea too. The renowned psychologist Carl Jung stated, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." Let's bring this into a practical example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, late for a meeting. You could spend this time frustrated, honking, and stressing out, which won't make the cars move any faster. Or you could accept the situation and use it to listen to a podcast, an audiobook, or simply enjoy some music. The traffic stays the same, but your experience changes completely. As a result, your stress level drops and your day becomes much lighter. This Stoic principle applies to everything in life: our goals, how we respond to others, and the way we face challenges. As Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. So the next time something outside your control tries to affect you, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, just let it go. Instead of wasting energy trying to change what cannot be changed, focus on your attitude, your mindset, and your actions. It may not be easy at first, but practicing this habit daily can transform how you deal with challenges. Stoicism teaches us to see obstacles as opportunities for growth. Does that sound contradictory? Maybe, but it's precisely this shift in mindset that allowed great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus to live with more wisdom and serenity. Now tell me, what was the last situation that tested your patience? How did you react? Leave your comment below. And if you want to keep learning how this philosophy can change your life, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go on this Stoic journey together. 2. Turn challenges into opportunities. Rocket life doesn't always follow the script we plan. And when something unexpected happens, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" logically try asking, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in thinking can completely transform the way you face challenges. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle in the path becomes the path." In other words, challenges are not just barriers. They are opportunities to grow, evolve, and become stronger. 3. Live in the present and transform your life. Pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Are you truly present right now? Or is your mind trapped in the past or worried about the future? If you want more happiness and balance in life, learning to live in the present is essential. Often our minds are filled with worries, reliving what has already passed or feeling anxious about what is to come. This whirlwind of thoughts pulls us away from what truly matters, the now. As Carl Jung once said, the smallest of meaningful moments is worth more than the greatest of things without it. Why is it so hard to be in the present? We live in the age of distraction. We are always busy, dividing our attention between notifications, commitments, and concerns. The problem is that this prevents us from enjoying the small joys of everyday life, making life more stressful and less meaningful. Aristotle already spoke about the importance of being present to achieve happiness and a fulfilling life. When we focus on the now, we make better decisions, reduce anxiety, and find genuine satisfaction. How to practice mindfulness. The key to living in the present is mindfulness. That is, paying attention to what we are doing without judgment. Small actions can make a big difference. When eating, savor each bite. When walking, feel the ground beneath your feet. When conversing, truly listen without planning your response in advance. These small habits bring us back to the present, making our lives richer and more meaningful. As the philosopher Seneca said, true happiness is found in enjoying the present without anxiety for the future. Balance between past, present, and future. Living in the present does not mean forgetting the past or ignoring the future. It means learning from our experiences and planning for what is to come without letting them dominate us. The secret is balance, learning, dreaming, but above all, living in the now. Remember, every moment is a new chance to start over. Enjoy the present because it is where life truly happens. 4. Developing self-discipline. Life is full of distractions and temptations, but true strength lies in controlling our emotions and actions rather than being dominated by them. The philosopher Seneca already taught this. He said we must be firm and govern our desires instead of letting them govern us. True freedom comes from within, from the ability to master oneself. But why is self-discipline so important? Aristotle, the great Greek philosopher, gives us an answer. For him, excellence and virtue are achieved through habit. In other words, by practicing self-discipline, we create routines that help us become our best selves. It is not about isolated acts of willpower, but about making consistent choices that reflect our values and goals. The importance of self-discipline is also supported by modern psychology. Carl Jung, one of the pioneers in this field, highlighted the need to balance all parts of our personality to live fully. This balance requires discipline, as we must choose paths that contribute to our growth and well-being. How to develop self-discipline. The secret is to start small. Choose one area of your life to improve, whether it's your diet, exercise routine, or financial management. Set clear and realistic goals and move forward one day at a time. Remember, every decision aligned with your goals strengthens your self-discipline muscle. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, nothing great arises suddenly. Self-discipline is built through small, consistent actions. The goal is not to be perfect, but to progress a little each day. We will always have new opportunities to practice self-discipline and become the person we want to be. This journey is about finding balance between what we want now and what we desire most for the future. It involves making difficult decisions in the present that will bring us happiness and success in the long run. So let's walk this path together, supporting each other and doing what is right, not just what is easy. Remember, it is through self-discipline that we find the path to achieving our dreams and building a truly fulfilling life. Emotional resilience, the secret to overcoming challenges. Life can surprise us with difficult moments, and feeling anger, sadness, or frustration is part of the human experience. But what truly matters is not just what we feel, but how we deal with these emotions. This is where emotional resilience comes in, a powerful skill that allows us to face challenges with balance and emerge even stronger. Being emotionally resilient means recognizing and understanding our emotions, while also taking positive steps to move forward instead of being carried away by a tide of feelings. The Stoic philosophers had much to say about this. Marcus Aurelius, for example, reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." 5. How to develop emotional resilience. Our feelings do not need to dictate our actions. The philosopher Seneca teaches us that life's difficulties are tests for our character and inner strength. By handling our emotions with understanding and patience, we can become wiser and more resilient. But how can we strengthen this emotional resilience? The first step is self-awareness. Being conscious of our emotions and reactions helps us understand ourselves better. Feeling is natural, but instead of reacting impulsively, we can choose to act in alignment with our values and long-term well-being. Aristotle spoke of the golden mean, which means finding a balance between excess and deficiency. This applies perfectly to emotional resilience. It is not about ignoring feelings or being ruled by them, but about finding a balanced response. Psychologist Carl Jung emphasized the importance of integrating all parts of our mind to achieve wholeness. This process includes facing our emotions, understanding them, and learning from them. This is the true path to strengthening emotional resilience. So what should we do when a strong emotion arises? First, allow yourself to feel without judgment. Then take a step back and reflect on what triggered that feeling. This analysis can reveal emotional patterns and help us handle future situations better. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This phrase reminds us that our reactions shape our experiences. Instead of acting on impulse, we can choose a more positive and constructive response. Developing emotional resilience is an ongoing process that requires mindfulness, self-reflection, and patience. It involves adopting strategies to better manage emotions, such as journaling, talking to a trusted person, or practicing relaxation techniques. The most important thing is to treat yourself with kindness and compassion along the way. Being emotionally resilient does not mean never feeling negative emotions, but learning to handle them in a healthy way, navigating difficult moments with balance and becoming stronger and more self-aware. By developing this skill, we empower ourselves to face challenges with courage and serenity. Let's embark on this journey together, supporting one another to become more resilient and live a fuller and more meaningful life. The Stoics, such as Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, used this concept not to instill fear, but to inspire a greater appreciation for the present. They believe that remembering life's finiteness leads us to live with more purpose, awareness, and gratitude. Marcus Aurelius reflected on life's brevity in his meditations and encouraged us to live according to our values and make the most of the time we have. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This is not a pessimistic view, but a call to action. It is a powerful reminder to focus on what truly matters. Sixth, memento mori. Remember that you will die. Reflecting on life's finiteness teaches us to let go of trivial worries and live with purpose and integrity. The philosopher Seneca spoke about the brevity of life, warning us not to waste our time on unimportant things. Instead, we should focus on building a meaningful existence. He believed that being aware of death encourages us to live more wisely and cherish our relationships and experiences. Epictetus reinforced the importance of living in the present and making the most of each moment. When we remember that our life is not infinite, we start acting more ethically and seeing the beauty and richness of everyday life. But how can we apply the concept of memento mori without seeing it as something negative? It all starts with a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing the awareness of death as something frightening, we can use it as a powerful motivation to make the most of life. This means stopping the habit of postponing our dreams and happiness to an uncertain future. Think about the things you have been putting off. Perhaps it's pursuing a passion, reconnecting with loved ones, or simply appreciating the small joys of daily life. Memento mori reminds us that time is precious and should not be wasted. This philosophy invites us to live authentically, express our feelings, love deeply, and be present in every moment. It also teaches us to accept life's impermanence, which in turn makes us feel more gratitude for the moments we have. When we recognize that our time is limited, we begin to value experiences more, act with greater awareness, and express gratitude for everything that makes our life special. Therefore, use memento mori not as a burden, but as fuel to grow, appreciate, and live life with intensity. Let this reminder help us make decisions aligned with our values, strengthen our bonds, and savor the beauty of the present moment. By embracing this idea, we discover that we should not live in fear of death, but in celebrum. 7. Practicing gratitude. Seneca warned about how the constant desire for more can divert us from the path of true satisfaction. He suggested that by focusing on what we already have and understanding that the best things in life are within our reach, we find true happiness. Epictetus, with his practical view of Stoic philosophy, taught that we should value our current circumstances, regardless of what they may be. According to him, by accepting and finding value in the present, we can live more fully. But how can we cultivate gratitude, especially in difficult moments? It all starts by making it a daily habit. Every morning or before going to bed, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you are grateful for. It can be something simple like a warm cup of coffee, a conversation with a friend, or the beauty of the sunset. This exercise trains our brain to focus on the positive, elevating our mood and improving our outlook on life. Practicing gratitude also means seeing challenges as opportunities for learning. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can reflect, "What can I learn from this situation?" This small mindset shift helps us appreciate both the good and the difficult moments as essential parts of our journey. Moreover, expressing gratitude strengthens our relationships. When we show appreciation for the people around us, we not only brighten their day but also create deeper bonds. A simple thank you can have a significant impact, showing someone how important they are to us. Aristotle spoke about the importance of recognizing the good things in life and seeking a virtuous existence. To him, gratitude was one of the paths to achieving true happiness because it helps us see and value the positive things around and within us. And modern science confirms this. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly experience less anxiety, sleep better, and have a more optimistic view of life. As Carl Jung said, the word happiness would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. By recognizing and appreciating all our experiences, we find a more genuine and profound happiness. So let gratitude be an essential part of our daily lives. Let's celebrate small victories, cherish connections, and find joy in simple things. By focusing on what we already have instead of lamenting what we lack, we cultivate a sense of abundance and happiness that comes from within. Remember, it is not happiness that brings us gratitude, but gratitude that brings us happiness. May we always see the bright side, even on the grayest days, and toast to the beauty of gratitude. Because in the end, living with gratitude completely transforms the way we experience life. 8. The power of personal excellence. Stoic philosophers always emphasize the importance of self-development. Seneca advocated for a life guided by reason and nature, teaching that true excellence comes from within and is reflected in our choices and actions. Epictetus emphasized personal responsibility, teaching that our emotions, reactions, and will are under our control, and mastering them is essential for a virtuous life. But how can we apply this pursuit of excellence in our daily lives? The first step is to define our own standards based on our values and goals, rather than society's expectations or the achievements of others. This means knowing ourselves, recognizing strengths and weaknesses, and seeking continuous improvement. Personal excellence also involves resilience. The way we handle challenges and failures says much more about us than our successes. As Aristotle said, excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. In other words, it is our choices, not chance, that shape our destiny. Furthermore, developing a growth mindset is essential. This concept, widely studied in modern psychology, suggests that skills and intelligence can be enhanced with dedication and effort. Those who adopt this mindset see challenges as learning opportunities rather than insurmountable barriers. Being excellent also means living with authenticity, staying true to ourselves and our values, even when it is not easy. It is about making choices aligned with who we are and who we want to become, valuing both victories and the lessons learned along the way. Another important aspect is gratitude. By acknowledging what we have already achieved and where we are on our journey, we cultivate a positive outlook on life, which strengthens our growth and well-being. So, how about making personal excellence a daily commitment? Let's set our own standards, follow our unique path, and take pride in every bit of progress. Remember, it is not about being perfect, but about continuously evolving. Celebrating our efforts and learning from each experience always makes us the best version of ourselves. 9. Free yourself from others' opinions. We live in an era where likes, followers, and comments often define our worth. But here's a liberating truth. Your self-esteem does not depend on external validation. Your value comes from being authentic, following your principles, and living according to your values. The Stoics taught this centuries ago. To them, inner peace and true freedom arise when we focus on what is within our control, our actions, thoughts, and integrity, rather than being swayed by others' opinions. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "I often wonder how it is that every man loves himself more than all others, yet values others' opinions more than his own." This paradox reflects a common mistake. We give more weight to external judgment than to our own self-perception. Seneca reinforced this idea, arguing that true happiness comes from living a life true to oneself without the need for external approval. Epictetus also warned that worrying about others' opinions is a waste of energy, as it is beyond our control. True power lies in our actions and in our commitment to a virtuous life. But how can we stop worrying so much about what others think? Remember that you are the author of your story. Only you can define your worth, not society, not social media, nor the opinions of others. Your self-esteem should come from your values, your kindness, and your effort to become better. Practice self-reflection. Ask yourself, am I living the life I want or trying to fit into others' expectations? Answering this question can help you realign your choices with your true essence. Embrace your vulnerability. Being authentic means recognizing your imperfections and understanding that perfection is an illusion. Making mistakes and learning from them is part of the process. When we are genuine, we attract people who truly appreciate us. Aristotle spoke of the golden mean, the balance between extremes. Applying this to worrying about others' opinions means finding a healthy middle ground between accepting constructive feedback and maintaining our autonomy. Adopting a Stoic mindset reminds us that our value lies in our virtues, actions, and commitment to a meaningful life, not in external validation. Building a solid foundation of self-esteem means not allowing fleeting opinions to shake our essence. So let's commit to valuing ourselves for who we truly are, not for what others expect. Let's have the courage to be authentic and live according to our deepest truths. Your worth is unique and unquestionable, and by being true to yourself, you shine in the most genuine way possible. Instead of merely surviving external pressures, how about thriving with confidence, knowing you are living in alignment with who you truly are? Accepting change. The great Stoic philosophers had an incredibly healthy view of change. To them, it was natural, a part of life's flow. Marcus Aurelius said, "Accept whatever happens, for it is part of your destiny." This deep acceptance helps us understand that every change, good or bad, has its role in our journey. Seneca taught that clinging too much to current circumstances can lead to suffering since everything is in constant transformation. He advised us to be flexible and see change not as an obstacle, but as an essential element for our growth and happiness. Epictetus reminded us that we must distinguish between what we can control and what is beyond our reach. While we cannot change external events, we have complete power over our reactions to them. This mindset gives us strength to face change with resilience. But how can we better accept change? Recognizing that change is inevitable. Everything around us is in motion. Seasons change, people come and go, and even our cells renew themselves every moment. Accepting change is accepting life itself. Practicing mindfulness. Being present in the moment helps us appreciate the now without clinging to it. This awareness allows us to navigate life's natural transitions more smoothly, seeking lessons in change. Every challenge brings a lesson. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in mindset turns difficulties into opportunities for growth. Aristotle argued that true happiness comes from virtue, and one of the most important virtues is adaptability. Learning to handle change with balance and wisdom makes us stronger. Modern psychology reinforces this Stoic perspective, seeing change as an opportunity rather than a threat reduces anxiety and strengthens our ability to deal with challenges. So instead of resisting change, why not embrace it? Accepting transformation opens doors to new experiences, growth, and the fulfillment of our purpose. Going with life's flow does not mean passivity, but rather learning to navigate with courage and flexibility. 11th, practicing compassion and empathy. The Stoics also taught us something fundamental: the importance of empathy and compassion. To them, all human beings are connected, and cultivating kindness is essential for a good life. Marcus Aurelius said that we are naturally social and should live in harmony. He compared humanity to a beehive. What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee. In other words, collective well-being also benefits each of us. Seneca believed that compassion is a natural characteristic of human beings, and that by helping others, we also help ourselves. He encouraged us to practice empathy even with those who have hurt us, as everyone acts according to their own struggles and limitations. Epictetus reminded us that each person has their own story and reasons for acting as they do. He did not suggest accepting harmful behaviors, but rather trying to understand another's perspective before passing judgment. But how can we practice compassion and empathy in our daily lives? Truly listening. Paying attention to others' stories, feelings, and challenges brings us closer and strengthens our connection with the world around us. Practicing small acts of kindness. A smile, a kind word, or a supportive gesture can make a big difference in someone's life. Showing that someone matters strengthens bonds and spreads goodness. Being present in difficult moments. Offering support without judgment demonstrates respect and humanity. Every person carries their own battles, and a simple act of understanding can lighten their burden. Aristotle highlighted that true friendship is based on empathy and mutual support. Sharing joys and difficulties with those around us strengthens relationships and brings more meaning to life. Modern science confirms what the Stoics already knew. Being compassionate and empathetic not only improves our relationships, but also enhances our own happiness. When we care for others, we feel more connected, with a greater sense of purpose and well-being. Remember, behind every person, there is a story. Behind every action, there is a reason. When we choose to understand and support rather than judge, we create a kinder and more welcoming world. May we spread empathy like seeds in the wind, creating a wave of compassion that transforms the world. One act of kindness at a time. The importance of reflection and regular review. In a fast-paced world, taking time to look back and evaluate our actions, thoughts, and choices is essential. This meaningful pause allows us to grow, understand ourselves better, and align our lives with what we truly value. Without this practice, we risk being carried by the current instead of navigating toward our true purpose. The Stoic philosophers deeply understood the importance of reflection. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal writings, now known as Meditations, not only ruled an empire, but also took time to examine his life, decisions, and moral sense. He believed that the quality of our lives depends on the quality of our thoughts, reminding us that our inner dialogue shapes our external reality. Seneca, another great Stoic, encouraged regular self-evaluation as a path to growth and wisdom. He compared life to a theater play and suggested that we periodically review our role and performance. Are we truly acting as the person we want to be? Do our actions reflect the values we hold dear? Epictetus also emphasized the value of daily reflection. He recommended that, at the end of each day, we review our actions and behaviors, not with destructive self-criticism, but with awareness and a desire for improvement. Simple questions like, what did I do well? Where can I improve? What did I fail to do? Help us adjust our course and move closer to our ideals. How to incorporate reflection into daily life. Create a daily habit, set aside a few minutes, especially before bed, to reflect on your day. What were your accomplishments? What challenges did you face? And how did you respond to them? You can start mentally, but writing your thoughts down can amplify the benefits, providing a tangible record of your growth. Use reflection as a tool for gratitude beyond evaluating your actions. Also notice the moments that brought joy and gratitude to your day. Small positive gestures and situations help balance the natural tendency to focus only on what went wrong, promoting a more optimistic outlook on life. Be kind to yourself. Reflection should not be an exercise in self-punishment, but rather an opportunity for learning and growth. Just as you would treat a dear friend with understanding and encouragement, do the same for yourself. A path to a better life. The philosopher Aristotle argued that true wisdom comes from understanding ourselves, our actions, and our role in the world. Living an examined life is essential for achieving virtue and excellence. Beyond Stoic philosophy, modern science also confirms the benefits of this practice. Studies show that regular reflection improv. 12. The importance of constant reflection and review. In the rush of daily life, taking time to look back and analyze our actions, thoughts, and choices is essential. This habit helps us grow, understand ourselves better, and align our lives with what we truly value. We live in a world that constantly pushes us forward, but reflection is the anchor that prevents us from simply being carried by the tide. Instead, it allows us to navigate with purpose toward what truly makes sense for us. The Stoics deeply understood human nature and the value of introspection. Emperor Marcus Aurelius, in his personal notes, now known as Meditations, made reflection a pillar of his life. He not only ruled an empire, but also took time to evaluate his actions, decisions, and moral principles. To him, the quality of our thoughts defines the quality of our lives. Seneca also advocated for constant self-evaluation as a tool for personal growth and wisdom. He compared life to a theater play and encouraged us to regularly review our role. Are we acting according to the character we want to be? Do our actions reflect the values we consider essential? Epictetus, in turn, encouraged his students to end each day by reviewing their attitudes. But this practice was not a moment of self-punishment. It was one of learning and evolution. He suggested asking ourselves, what did I do well today? What could I have done better? What responsibilities did I neglect? This simple exercise can help us adjust our life's course, making us more aware and aligned with our principles. How to apply Stoic reflection in daily life. Make it a habit. Set aside a few minutes daily, especially before bed, to review your actions. What were your achievements? What challenges did you face? How did you react? Writing these reflections down can make them even more powerful, creating a valuable record of your growth. Use reflection as a gratitude tool. When reviewing your day, also recognize the moments, no matter how small, that brought joy or gratitude. This balances our natural tendency to focus on the negative and helps develop a more positive outlook on life. Be kind to yourself. Reflection should not be a moment of harsh self-criticism, but one of learning. Treat yourself with the same understanding you would offer a dear friend. Mistakes are part of the process and opportunities for growth. Aristotle believed that true wisdom comes from self-knowledge and analyzing our actions and our role in the world. This process is what gives life meaning and brings us closer to excellence. In modern psychology, the benefits of reflection are widely proven. It improves mental health, provides clarity about our purpose, and drives personal growth. When we stop to analyze our experiences, we better understand our emotions, learn from our choices, and make more conscious decisions. By looking back, we gain the wisdom needed to move forward with more awareness and authenticity. And by knowing ourselves better, we find the path to a fuller and more meaningful life. Stoicism is not just an ancient philosophy, it is a true guide for dealing with stress, making wiser decisions, and finding peace amid chaos. In the end, it is not the challenges that define us, but how we face them, the wisdom we gain, and the compassion we spread. If this message inspired you, don't stop here. At the end of this video, you will find a playlist filled with wisdom, stories, and strategies to face life's challenges with more ease and resilience. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. See you next time. And remember, live not for others' approval, but to be the most authentic version of yourself.